Artemis 2 is the second mission in NASA's Artemis program, and the first crewed mission since Apollo 17 in 1972. For 5 decades, humanity has dreamt of returning to the moon. Now, a new chapter unfolds with NASA's Artemis 2 mission, the first crewed journey beyond Earth's orbit in over 50 years. When the journey will start, Artemis 2 is the second scheduled mission of NASA's Artemis program, and the first scheduled crewed mission of NASA's Orion spacecraft, currently planned to be launched for 10 days by the Space Launch System no earlier than November 2024. What is the Orion spacecraft? NASA has built a human spacecraft for deep space missions that will begin in a new era of space exploration. A series of increasingly challenging missions awaits, and this new spacecraft will take us farther than we've gone before, including to the vicinity of the Moon and Mars. NASA's Orion spacecraft, powered by the European Space Module for this mission. The mission is planned to be launched from Launch Complex 39B of the Kennedy Space Center, Florida, United States. Who will be part of the Artemis 2 crew? 4 astronauts have been selected for NASA's Artemis 2: Mission Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover, and Mission Specialist Christina Koch from NASA, and Mission Specialist Jeremy Hansen from the Canadian Space Agency. Mission details: it will be a landmark mission carrying astronauts farther than ever before. Step 1, liftoff. The Space Launch System rocket will thunder from Kennedy Space Center, propelling Orion spacecraft and crew towards space. Step 2, booster separation. After 2 Earth orbits, solid rocket boosters and launch abort system detach, leaving Orion and the interim cryogenic propulsion stage, ICPS. Step 3, Earth orbit checkouts. For 42 hours, Orion systems are thoroughly tested in a high elliptical Earth orbit, reaching 2,600 kilometers away at the farthest point. Step 4, ICPS disposal. The spent ICPS stage detaches and is deorbited, safely burning up in Earth's atmosphere. Step 5, translunar injection. Orion service module engine fires, sending the spacecraft on a lunar trajectory. Step 6, coast phase. For several days, Orion peacefully glides towards the Moon, using minimal engine burns for course corrections. Step 7, lunar flyby. Instead of landing, Orion will approach within 8 kilometers of the Moon's far side, offering spectacular views and valuable data collection. Step 8, free-return trajectory. Utilizing Earth's gravity, Orion slingshots around the Moon without further engine burns, setting a record for human travel distance. Step 9, Earth re-entry. Orion endures the fiery re-entry, slowing down from 40,000 km/h, using its heat shield before splashing down in the Pacific Ocean. What is the purpose of Artemis II? The purpose of Artemis II is multifaceted. First crewed flight test of Orion Ancestral rocket in deep space. Validates astronaut and spacecraft. Performance for moon landing in Artemis III. Gathers data for future Mars missions. Conducts scientific experiments and observations around the Moon. Basically, it's testing the tools and skills for Moon and Mars missions. How much does the Artemis program cost? Combined Artemis 2 and 3 cost an estimate of roughly 53 billion tolong. Based on this assumption, Artemis 2's individual cost could be around $26.5 billion. NASA hopes to learn more about the Moon and our solar system. Obtaining wider knowledge will also be required ahead of future expeditions to Mars. If you found this video informative and entertaining, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated